Hi, what is your name?
Reese Bramaker,
How old are you?
19,
Do you attend Auburn? Where are you from?
Mobile, Alabama,
What is your religion?
Catholic.
Do you do anything for your religion, such as attend church?
I grew up as a Presbyterian where my dad was a pastor most of my life. When I got older, I decided I wanted to extend my faith and become Catholic. I'm now baptized and have went through the whole process of being confirmed. I now go to church every Sunday and on religious holidays as well.
Do you believe Auburn is more oriented in one specific religion?
Yes, especially since I'm Catholic, I find that I meet more people the same religion as me than people that are outside of my religion. And if I do meet someone outside my religion, out of my specific religion, then they're usually some type of branch that has similar beliefs to mine.
How has your experience been practicing your faith at Auburn?
It's been pretty good overall. There's a strong Catholic student group here, and I've been able to attend Mass and connect with others who share my beliefs. But I do think there's some room to make faith-based communities more visible and accessible to all.
Was it difficult adjusting to college while staying connected to your religious practices?
Yeah, I definitely think it was an adjustment at first. Back home, I had a routine in my family, my church, and everything was very familiar. And then coming to Auburn, I had to figure out how to make time for my church and going to Mass on my own and finding a new community. It took a little effort, but once I connected with the Catholic student organization, it got easier. Now it's something that helps me stay grounded, especially with the stress of classes and everything else going on.
Have you ever felt excluded or misunderstood because of your faith?
I wouldn't say I felt directly excluded, but there have definitely been times that I felt a little misunderstood. For example, during certain religious holidays or when I've had to explain why I couldn't participate in something due to my faith. I've gotten a few odd looks or questions. It's not usually out of disrespect, more like lack of awareness. I think a lot of people just don't realize how important certain traditions or beliefs are unless they're part of the community. And that's why I think it's important for there to be more education, open conversations that could be happening all around.
Have you interacted with students from other religious backgrounds? If so, what was that experience like?
Yeah, I've definitely had a few experiences with and good conversations with students from different religious backgrounds. Some are Protestant, some Muslim, and even a couple who are non-religious but curious. Honestly, those interactions have been really eye-opening. It's interesting to see how different beliefs, perspectives, and values, but at the same time, there's usually more in common than you'd expect. It made me more respectful and open-minded, and I think that's something we could all benefit from.
Do you think students are open to learning about different religions? Why or why not?
I think most students are open to learning about different religions, but it really depends on the person. Some are genuinely curious and want to understand different viewpoints, especially when it's presented in a respectful, non-judgmental way. But there's also a lot of students who might not seek that knowledge on their own. I think part of the challenge is breaking down the idea that discussing religion has to be confrontational. If we can create a space where learning about faith is shared in respect rather than debate, more people will be open to it.
Why do you think it's important to have more religious representation and awareness on campus?
Because college is a time when people are figuring out who they are spiritually, mentally, and everything of the sort. And having access to different faith communities helps people feel grounded and supported. It also teaches respect and understanding to others, which is something the world really needs right now.
What would you suggest to help make Auburn more inclusive for different religions?
I'd suggest creating more opportunities for students to learn about each other's beliefs. Maybe a religion fair or panel discussions where students from different backgrounds can share their experiences. Even something like a shared prayer space for all faiths could go a long way.
Would you yourself be open to participating in an interfaith group or event? Why or why not?
Yeah, I'd definitely be open to it. I think interfaith groups are a great way to learn from others and find common ground, even if we believe different things. It's easy to stick with people who share your views, but stepping outside of your bubble helps you grow. Plus, I think it shows that even with our differences, we can still respect and support another. I think that kind of unity is really valuable, especially on a college campus where we're all learning and forming worldviews.
If you had a chance to speak to university leadership, what would you say about religion on campus?
I tell university leadership that religion matters to a lot of students and it deserves more visibility and support on campus. It's not just a belief, it's about community, identity, and well-being. I'd suggest creating more inclusive spaces for all faiths, promoting interfaith dialogue, and making it easier for religious organizations to connect with students. Auburn has the chance to be a place where everyone feels seen, no matter what they believe.
Okay, thank you so much.